Michelle Fryling, Executive Director of Media Relations at IUP, joining us. And Michelle, talk about the decision, the release that came out Tuesday afternoon with regards to not permitting spectators at IUP indoor athletic events over the next week or two.
Correct. We did put out, after looking at our numbers, and frankly, we've had some concerns about the lack of masking by spectators at the indoor athletic event. So we have made a decision to not have spectators from February 1 to February 13th. So that includes 3 games during that time period.
Why now?
Well, certainly we continue to be concerned about the COVID numbers at the university. We're always concerned. Last week we saw 88 students that tested positive for COVID, and that's, one student is one too many, but we certainly remain concerned. We have had a mask mandate at the university now for both semesters, and we're working hard to allow folks to use one of our masks. We insist on masks, but we're not seeing compliance at our indoor sporting events, and that's really of concern. Go ahead.
I was going to say, with regards to students, that they make up a small percentage of overall attendance. As a matter of fact, Saturday about 2,000 in attendance for men, maybe 10% students. Is the spectator compliance issue that you refer to more with the adults that you're concerned with?
Well, I don't want to generalize. We do know that our students, when they're in classes, when they're in buildings, that we have seen compliance, and we're very grateful for that because we really do want to maintain our face-to-face interactions and our face-to-face classes. We do have a concern about our visitors, and we love our visitors. Mark, please, no, we love our fans, and we get it, that the masking is sometimes people have strong concerns about masking. They have different points of view, but the mandate is that you need to wear a mask when you're in IUP facilities. We have not been outrageously heavy-handed with enforcing that. We've been trying to trust that folks follow our direction to wear a mask. We have free masks at the KCAC for use by visitors there. But we're always concerned. And I don't want to generalize that it's only our visitors. That's not fair to say. But our concern is the health and safety of our students, our employees, our community. And we've had people say, well, what about this or what about that or what about professional games? What about different places? Our concern is the health and safety of our students, and that includes our teams. And we like to think that our fans, who are so incredibly loyal to us, understand that we're doing what we believe is in the best interest in the health and safety of our students, our employees, our community. We know it's 3 games. We understand that and that people will miss that, and we will miss having fans there. But the health and safety of our students and our community has to take priority.
Was there any consideration in putting out a statement that if you're uncomfortable with attending games and wearing a mask, the university will refund your ticket money? But if you wish to attend, masks are absolutely mandatory and violators would be ejected from the arena. Why not take that stance as opposed to a total shutdown?
We have not taken that stance. And remember, this is a shutdown for 2 weeks. See where we land, to see how our numbers are, to really give us a little bit of a pause to say, okay, let's rethink this. Let's think about where we are, and let's look at our numbers. We have not been heavy-handed. But we have never changed our policy. The requirement to wear masks in IUP buildings has not changed since the fall.
Slippery Rock had a similar policy, but lifted it pretty much at the same time IUP instituted it. And you alluded to it, and relevant or not relevant, I guess some would have different views on that. But over the weekend, many of us witnessed over 150,000 people crammed into 2 football stadiums for NFL championship games, and next weekend, 100,000 people will gather not only to watch the Super Bowl in person in Los Angeles, but many gatherings around the country and around Indiana County and probably on the campus of IUP for that matter. So why does IUP believe that this mandate will make a difference with all of that in mind?
Well, we certainly hope it will make a difference. We know that medical experts tell us that masks make a difference. That's our mandate.
Medical experts also say that with the Omicron variant, masks do not make a difference.
Well, I think certainly we could argue for a long time about this point of view and that point of view. But what we have done at the university to try to keep our community as safe as possible is to have a mask mandate for all indoor buildings. We have tracked our contact tracing with our students, and there was a message that our president put out earlier this semester, and we have found that contact tracing shows that our students are not having infections resulting from in the classrooms where the masks are mandated. So we're looking at that information. There's no perfect response. We understand the fans are disappointed, and we really hope that they continue to follow the games on your station. But it's 3 games. We're doing what we think is in the best interest of the health and safety of our students and our community. I know it's a challenge, and I know it's a shame. I know that people feel very, they feel like this is something that they really enjoy, and we love that. We love our fans. We love the health and safety of our students more.
3 more things, if I can.
Of course.
The release says season ticket holders will not receive refunds but can use their tickets for future games. They would already have tickets for those future games, so why not be more customer-friendly in terms of refunds?
And certainly I can pass that concern along, and we'll continue to look at this situation. That is what we know at this time, Mark.
Michelle, other non-IUP events such as Friday's winter warm-up will be permitted to go on inside the building. What makes those gatherings, and some of them may be potentially larger than a crowd at an IUP game, any different when you will have university employees that are working inside the building?
Sure. The winter warm-up actually is a university event, and right now we are proceeding with it to be in person. But this is an event that students attend, and it's usually an in and out event. And again, we've seen compliance by our students for past events like this, that they're wearing masks in the building and moving forward with that. So that's our thinking with the winter warm-up. For those events that vendors that have contracted with us to host at the KCAC, we're not saying no spectators to that event. We are providing masks, as we have done, free of charge to visitors for that event, but we're also stressing to those event organizers, the folks that we have contracts with, please stress that your visitors and participants must wear masks.
But like an IUP game, what if they don't?
Well, we're really trusting that with this stressing that masks need to be provided, and we're hoping that event organizers set the tone for everybody needs to wear a mask. And so we're asking our event organizers to help us to maintain that mask mandate.
Would there not be the potential, if everybody isn't 100% in compliance, that you are then putting university employees and potentially students working those events at risk using the criteria you laid out earlier?
Well, certainly we're hoping that we can minimize that risk, and to all the folks, the employees at the KCAC, the employees that are working, the students that are working are wearing masks, and we're hoping that we can work with these vendors, with these contractors, the folks that we have contracts with, that will help to keep these individuals safe by insisting that their participants wear masks too.
Speaking with Michelle Fryling, Executive Director of Media Relations at IUP. And Michelle, I'm not sure if my final question would reach your desk or not, but here at Renda Media, we have heard from many donors, some that will be on the air potentially with Todd Marino tomorrow morning, who are upset and have already pulled funding donations that they've made traditionally to the university and to the athletic department, or threatening to do so. What do you say to those people?
Well, first of all, our fans and our supporters are amazing. And I believe with all my heart that they have the best interests of our students and our program in mind, and that they will make their decisions, which of course is their right, based on what is to benefit our student athletes and our program. They, again, have the right to make decisions based on what they feel, but I believe that they will think very carefully that they won't want to hurt our student athletes and our program.
Michelle, some tough questions.
Oh, of course. It's okay.
We appreciate your cooperation in doing this interview, and I'm sure for the fans that can't wait to get back to a game, February 13th or 14th, can't come soon enough.
Absolutely. But, and we appreciate you keeping the games alive for spectators, for fans who can't be there. So thank you for that, Mark.
Thank you. That's Michelle Fryling, Executive Director of Media Relations at IUP, as we address the release that fans will not be permitted at indoor IUP athletic events now through the 13th, correct?
Correct.
All right. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.